Yeah, so then I said bark bark for pigs.
Hey,
How's it going? What can I get for you?
Hot and satisfying?
Oh, we have the perfect thing. Have you heard about chicken dice?
I'm stout.
Yeah, come on. Let me go get you a hot one.
that.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love it. We'll get one of these hot ones. Woo! Sorry, it's actually a little too hot. But this is the hottest thing on the market. Rolling dice, drafting them, picking them, hot, fresh. This is exactly what you need. Here you go. Yeah, 2 hands. Yeah, okay, thanks. Oh, yum, yum, yum. I cannot wait to dig into this delicious meal. Ooh, what is all this? Oh, I cannot wait to, yum. I'm gonna teach you how to play and eat this delicious meal with nothing but dice. And, well, actually, there's a lot more. Let's just get right into it, actually. So quick, how do you play this game? Well, first you're going to grab yourself a food truck, and then you're going to name it. How about Mr. Spork? Brackets, Star Trek. And then you are going to also grab and put right below, the tires, this combo maniastic point goobtastic board here. So you have your food cart, and now you're going to get your customers. Players are going to get dealt some starting customers, and you're going to just put them over here in a kind of area. This is your queue of kind of customers. It doesn't quite matter the row. And then one player is going to roll. They're going to be the head chef, and they're going to choose the order for these 3 black die that they roll. And maybe that's important for them because you're going to be writing them up here, and every player might have different colors on their top left. And I'll explain what this is later, but maybe they do 3, 6, 6. So now, once all the players ready you are going to start hucking and plucking and chucking. So you're going to set up the coop, yes. And you're gonna set it to where everyone can grab it, because this is very important that everyone can reach this, because you're gonna be rolling dice, you're gonna get the correct number of dice, you're gonna roll them in there, and players are gonna be using up to 2 fingers, and they're gonna be grabbing just 1 die, and then they have to use it. They have to use it right away. And in fact, what's really fun is there's a helpful area over here where you can attach this to your car, and once you use a die, you can put it over there, and then once you're done, you can grab another one and put it over here. And the goal is you can be changing around the cards, like chopping them up and all these fun things over here, but the goal is you're gonna use these dice to fill up orders. So as you can see over here, let's do a different one. Maybe this player, they took this 4 here, and they put the 4 on this card. So that's 1/3 of satisfying this giraffe. Let me hold it up a little bit easier so you can see. What's interesting is order up is a good keyword to remember when you are serving up these people, because this order needs to go up in ascending value. So over here would need to be a 5 or higher, or sorry, 4 or higher, and then over here needs to be, whatever that one is or higher. So maybe this 4 would be perfect, because then they can put a 4 here. So what's interesting is when you're filling this out, you've left a gap here that actually essentially now needs to be a 4 yellow. But what's really fun in the game is if you ever satisfy certain conditions, you might be able to use this reward for satisfying to help out over here. So maybe this player over here over the course of the game has been changing around colors, or like changing this to a purple, and they put a purple 3 there, nice, and then maybe they get a 5 and they put the 5 up there, and maybe they get the 4 and they've satisfied this fox. You're gonna take the satisfy order and be like, ooh yeah, you're going to get that many stars if you do it well, which is great. You're gonna color this in, blah, blah, blah. Gives you bonuses and fun stuff. But what's great is this reward happens right away. And this says you can cross off any color. So now I can come over to here and cross off this one. Bing, bam, boom. So then I satisfy the giraffe and I get 3 more. Doop, doop, doop. And I fill out the stars. That gives me 6 points. And then this lets me cross out a red. I don't have a red, so that's not good. Hopefully, before I do that, I've got this bat. And so the bat lets me boop, boop, cross that out. And also, fun thing is, as you can see on the side here, is some of the characters, or you can't, some of the characters have a little other restriction. But if you do that, you get a tip. And what tips are good for is on the side of your little sheet here, there's this track. And the more you move up here, you're gonna get more and more points, but you're also gonna upgrade your cart, which gets to update your stations to be able to do more stuff. These stations, what do they do? Perfect question. I'm gonna answer that right now. Let's first talk about the prep station. So the prep station, which was part of the head chef rolling these, you can use these whenever you want. So like that's a 6 yellow, boom, cross it off. 6 up here, I have now used that. You can use it once per, you just cross it off when you're done using it, and the color on there is what it is. You then have these 3 stations to modify ingredients. This station over here gets to sauce up a dye, and so you can change the color. So notice you start with 1 little sauce, and then you can upgrade to 2 sauces or 3 sauces. But how that works is, let's say this player over here, they really want this purple or something, right? They can take this red, sauce it, so they'll cover up a sauce, and turn this into a purple 4. The number always stays the same, so then they can put the 4 in there. We've covered the saucing, and now tossing is where you could cross this off and re-roll a die that you got. So maybe you got this red 1, that took me too long to find out what that was, and you've already sauced, but you really just want a different number, so you can re-roll, and now I have a 6, and so I can put, well, that didn't quite work there, but maybe I was working on the bat, and I get a 6 up there. The last thing you can do, so we've sauced, we've tossed, is now chop. So you can take a die and chop it into 2 different numbers. So this 4 right here, you can change this into like a 3 and a 1, or maybe like a 2 and a 2, and then now you can use those each separately to fulfill stuff. So maybe this was a 2 and a 2, and I go a 2 and a 2, and I use those like that. So that 1 die can become multiple dies. And again, you're gonna put it up here when you use it. Obviously, I'm all over the place with the teach. The sauce and toss and the chop stations are great because then you can massage what you want those dice to be. Last thing to explain, I've already covered down here, which helps feed other customers, but I haven't covered this fun little bonus right here. These are what this is. So if I feed this bat, which I just did, I would get 2 lime, and I would go lime, lime, and those are circled so I can use them later. So boop, boop, I can do like a yellow and a white. Oh, this is perfect. Boop, boop, and then I fill that one in. And now this one satisfies a random. So let's keep going down the lime track. And so these are powers, but they're also points, as you can see right here, here, and here. So that's a super quick rules teach, but I will say before we go, there's a variant side with a lot of interesting back and forth, kind of like cartographers in a way, on how to do this, which is really, really fun and really, really different. And there's also, if you flip the carts over to the other side, you will have solo mode. We fight against different solo players. So like this one is the Boba Boss, but you also have the Hangry Hippo Bistro, and they all work differently and in interesting ways. And the solo puzzle is really interesting. So that was chicken fried dice. This bad boy's on Kickstarter. It's still in the oven. Oh, a little visual metaphor. I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to scuff up this box, because oh my gosh, look at that cover, huh? Gorgeous art by Mamo. What a hoot. But yes, definitely check it out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a good time. Whew, that actually hurts. Why did they snap a glove? I don't know what the purpose of that is. Also, how do you put on a glove? I've completely lost my brain. Definitely check it out. Thank you so much. Catch you on the flip side, and I hope you have a wonderful life and everything good happens to you. Bye.